for all Africans. I want to thank the ancestors for allowing us to be in America, expressing African tradition and African art and beauty. I also want to thank each and every one of you that have come out to support your African community. That's very important. And I want to thank the elders that are in the audience. Do I have permission to speak?
Yes.
Ashe. There's a lot that goes on in this diaspora as it relates to African women, Black women, Caribbean women, Latino women, all women. So this is the year for women. This is the movement for women. And what we're trying to do at the Institute of Ancestral Braiding is to establish economic liberty for African women. What does that mean? We should have the right to practice ancestral braiding and the art of African tradition without the impediment of the government. I have a new lawsuit that was launched October the 1st against the state of Texas. And this lawsuit is being guided and I'm being helped by the Institute for Justice, which is a libertarian law firm. I did this because the state of Texas will not allow me to give license in my own temple. I'm an ancestral braider. I'm not a cosmetologist. I'm not a barber. What I do is indigenous to me as an African woman. And just because the tree is still in Africa doesn't mean that the branches are not a part of that tree. So when you can teach me ancestral braiding, then I'll go to your schools. But if you don't have a clue and your teachers and schools are not educated in the art of ancestral braiding, why do you want me to give you $25,000 to go to your school? So I went to jail once for standing up for the right for African braiding, and I don't know, I might go to jail again. I hope not. You know, I'm praying that we win this case. And what this means for you is that when I win my case against the state of Texas, fighting for economic liberty and constitutional rights as a human being, that means 10 years from now, there will be cultural braiding schools all over the state of Texas. Does that make sense? Because how many of you go to the beauty schools and they don't know anything about African braiding? You're teaching the people at the beauty schools, right? We're showing them how to do traditional African art. Is that correct? That's correct. So we need our own schools, separate from cosmetology, separate from barbering. We have the ancient art of African braiding. When we talk about the ancient concepts of traditional art, you can't talk about it without talking about Africa, right? The first wig was created where? Anybody? The first wig was created where? In Egypt. It was called the dome wig. It was shaped like the pyramid. Who were the first known cosmetologists? Who were the first known cosmetologists? And I know y'all know this. We're just afraid to think that we created everything, but you know what we did? We created everything. Everything revolves around us. So the first known cosmetologists were Africans. Did you know that in America, in the early 1900s, it was against the law to look in the mirror, to comb your hair, to groom yourself, to shampoo your hair, And it was against the law in America to be seen in public with afros, twists, locks, and braids. Did you know that? Did you know that in every Southern church in America, the European comb hung from the front door, and if your hair did not pass freely through the comb, you were denied membership of that church? Did you know that? Did you know that African hair was enslaved in America and removed from American social systems and social societies? You could not be seen without your Aunt Jemima rag. And that Aunt Jemima rag made trillions of dollars in America, where it had movement in America that your ancestors did not have. We're talking about redefining the beauty standards of African people. This is our movement, and it's serious. Last year, we spent $9 billion in the beauty industry. Did you know that? Whose money was that? Whose money was that? Our money? Where did it go? Where did the money go?
To China.
It went to the Asians and the whites. They only make chemical products for black babies. There is not another race in this country that would ever put sodium hydroxide on their baby's hair. Not one. But we don't like our hair. We don't like ourselves, but the world loves our hair. And the world loves you. Africa for all Africans. I plan to go back and take all my millions back to Africa. I promise you. Because we owe alliance to our own people. Everybody say, well, you're not African, you're American. Well, where are you from? My people are Malinke Mandingo. I happen to know where my people are from. Yeah. And it's important that we know where we're from. So we are making great strides in this industry, because soon those $9 billion are going to be circling back into our own community, and they won't be going out to somebody else's community, building institutions, colleges, land for their people. We owe it to ourselves to be responsible for ourselves. Right? Right. That's right. And I have the Institute of Ancestral Braiding School, and the state of Texas don't want me to have the school, but I've been having the school long before the state of Texas knew I had the school, and in 1983 is when I launched the school, and 1997 is when they knocked on the door and carted me off like a common criminal. 7 cops came into my shop and arrested little bitty me. Little bitty me. But it's good, because God knows who to put on the front line. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Because this is our art, our ancestors that laid the foundation and left this great legacy for us. This is our legacy. And if we just throw our hands up and give it away, then we just give it away. I'm not giving it away. I have 5 children, and I have to make sure that we leave a legacy for the next generation. And that's why we're teaching locks and braids and twists and natural hair care, and helping our babies get rid of eczema and seborrhea and psoriasis, and getting rid of all these diseases that plague African people every day. Somebody gotta take a stand. And I thank you, God, because I'm that person. And I need you. I need you. I can't do it without you. This is our industry. This is our hair. I have people all the time coming to me not knowing what to do with natural hair. What do you do with natural hair? First of all, do we have natural hair? Anybody?
Yes.
We have natural hair? So you're telling me that If the Asian woman was standing here, and I'm in the middle, and a Greek woman was standing next to me, with no chemicals, that we all have natural hair, and we all will be treated fairly, and we all will be looked at the same? Is that what you're saying? No. We have African hair. Our hair spirals like our DNA. God lives in this hair. Our hair is like the antennas. It's like everything in the universe. It's the melanin that gives us our coil. It's the energy that connects us to heaven. And when we don't have it, we have a total disconnect. Try bending an antenna on your television and see if you're going to get any type of reception. This is who we are, y'all. There's a reason why I went to jail for braiding hair. There's a reason why people get excited when they see you with this hair and, oh my God, it's so beautiful, and where you get it from. But you can't wear it up in here. You can't go to work looking like that. You can't come to school with your children's hair locked up. There's so many situations now that we're faced with in this country, and especially in Texas, where our babies are being targeted because they have locks and braids, and they're being told and kicked out of school because you can't wear that kind of hair. It's a distraction.
Can't wear it in the military.
Can you believe that? Can't wear it in the military. You have to trick them. Get some locks and cornrow it and just tell them it's just cornrow. We're in a state of emergency. When we can't be who we are in this country, we can't be anchors and television anchors and meteorologists, and we can't be doctors and lawyers and be in the whole industry of commerce unless we look like somebody else. That's not fair. So I wanted to marry African hair today with bridal wear. And I'm not going to take up much more of your time. I just want to share this energy that I came up with, because I have a lot of clients that say, I'm getting married, but I can't wear my hair natural. What are we saying? God made a mistake? If you know the creativity is enormous and unlimited with African people, you know that you can do anything with your hair. We have embellished our hair. I see people all the time saying, well, if you're going natural, why you wear extensions? Well, extensions are African. Do you know anything about your African culture? Look at the Maasai tribe. Look at the Danakil tribe. Look at the Fulani tribe. Look at the Nigerian tribe. We have embellished ourselves for eons. You paint your nails, but we dress up our whole bodies. Look at the Caribbeans. Look at the carnivals. Look at theater. Theater. That's who we are. And everybody wants a piece of that. But they want to tell you, you can't do that. No, you want it so you can make money off of it. So now we are being called upon to turn this reality around. And we will. We will do it for our babies, for women. When you tell women they can't work, you destroy the whole community. You destroy the household. I've never had a job in America, and I was born and raised here. Because I have a gift. I have talent. We were in the back room, and my publicist and marketing sister was back there talking with the children, and they asked her about a bag she had. And the little girl was so fascinated with the bag. And Erica told her, you can make this. And see, I know I'm preaching to the choir, because Africans are very industrious, very, very innovative. But we have to share this information so that we won't get caught up in the same misnomer as the ones that were born and raised here. And some of you are also from this diaspora, even though you have allegiance to Africa. We can make and do anything. Why are we saying we're poor? We are not poor. There should not be welfare. There should not be homelessness. We should not have this reality in our own community. And the only reason why we are is because we're looking over here at somebody else trying to give us permission to be manufacturers, to be owners. All of my children, all 5 of them, went to college, single parent, and they all are independent. Collective work and responsibility is what God is calling upon us to do. Cooperative economics, we have to spend our money in our community with each other. That's how everyone else does it. So that's my thing, and I want to share this song with you, because I think it's important to know that this look and this gown, do you think it looks good? Yeah, right? I do. Merry nappy hair to bridal wear. Our locks, our braids, our froze, ancient beauty we own, 'cause God made it so. Oh, maybe generations from now, our babies will be proud to embrace African styles. Oh, I do, I do, I do. Take you for the rest of my life, for sickness and good health, good times through bad, richer for poor, sharing and love. We kissed and then became one union. Oh, maybe years from now and later we'll say that traditional wear and African hair, bless people, you know we bless people, gone on Africans, you know we bless people.